Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
There's just something about music that stirs the soul, makes us crank it, let go and come alive. This is what makes life, right? Yet what if too much of a good thing today could make us miss out on life tomorrow? 1 in 5 American teenagers now has some type of hearing loss. Loud noise is the most common cause. And these days, we're plugged in louder and longer than ever. Let's hear for life. Turn the volume down.
This is Thursday afternoon, August 18th, and we're here downtown Monroe, and it's about 5 minutes until the parade starts. And as you can see, a lot of people are down here. This is probably the best turnout I've seen for starting the football season, the parade, and later we'll have a pep rally. this is the end of the parade. Shoot around here. There was really a tremendous turnout.
Hello, I'm Hope. I'm from the Arts Center here in Monroe. Who has been there? Yay, 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 yay. Well, I've been there since 2017. I became the director there. So it's kind of become my life. I've kind of dug in there and we've made some changes. If you haven't visited in the last year or so, please come on in. Things are always changing with new gallery shows and new items in our gift shop. So come see us. We've always got something fun going on. What has been handed out to y'all is our 2021 Impact Report, and kind of highlights our successes, some challenges, some things we overcame, some good news that we had in 2021, charts and pie graphs and numbers, things that I'm not good at. So take a look at that. And also you got our class list that's continually updated. We're always having different classes and events at the Arts Center. So I update that list at least once a week because we're always adding in new classes. We're kind of excited. We have a new oil painting class coming, and I believe we have a new acrylics paint class coming. Surprisingly, probably the hardest part of my job is finding teachers. Retired art teachers come in and I jump up and down and I get all excited and say, wouldn't you love to come here and teach? And they say, no. They're kind of over that. So it's tough finding artists who like to teach. But we do have a new acrylics coming, I hope and pray, and she's really, really good. And then, and her style is more abstract. I really love her paintings. And then our oil painting instructor is a young woman who's a very realistic painter, so beautiful. She's very, very talented. So just come in. You can always pick up a class list when you're there. We have an email list that you can sign up for that's free. We have emails that we send out anywhere from 2 to 4 times a month, so that you can stay up to date on the things that are continually kind of changing there. We're going to move into the healing arts portion, but just my 30-second spiel about the Art Center in general is that we have 3 main focuses. We have the gallery. We have 8 or 9 shows every year. We have the school shows at the beginning of the year and the member show, and then we have some various shows throughout the rest of the year. Coming up, we have our regional show that's coming. That's kind of our more fine arts, juried kind of show. And then in November and December, it actually opens October 29th, we'll have our Christmas gift show. So everything is locally made. We have around 70 artists and makers in our shop. So nothing is made in China. It's all made here, either right here in Walton County or just right surrounding this area by our members. And then we have our classes and events. Summer is kind of a lull time because some of our teachers take a break. But typically through the rest of the year, we have at least 60 classes and events every single month. So, and always trying new things. So Kathy wanted me to talk to y'all about our Healing Arts program. This is one of our classes. We love our building. It's a fabulous building downtown, historic building. It's not so great if you're a handicapped person. So we've actually moved our healing arts classes, most of them, to the Bridge of Georgia. And y'all probably know Tammy, Burt, and if you don't, y'all need to have them come talk to y'all. But that's a special needs school here in Monroe. They're at the old Blaine Street Elementary School. And so they have this fabulous art room that has lots of room, has accessible bathrooms. We don't have wheelchair accessible bathrooms in our place. The ramp coming up into our building is a little bit scary. So anyway, we have moved those classes over to the Bridge, and that's one of the classes that we held. So our healing arts is kind of an umbrella, and under that umbrella are three main areas of focus. We have the Art MD healing art kits. We have our special needs classes, and then we have the art as therapy, and that's an area that we really want to develop more. Let's see how I'm doing on time. That's an area that we really want to develop more, and that's another thing that's been kind of a frustrating thing. I'll just tell you all the things that are frustrating about my job. Is finding art therapists. They're really hard to find. So, and they're really, once I find one, they kind of slip away and they move to Wyoming or someplace. So our latest one is in Thailand. So we're hoping to even develop more of that, but we do have at least kind of some foundational things going in that area. Our Art MD healing art kits. This is kind of our signature project, and this is maybe the one thing that I can really kind of say was my idea. My granddaughter is in my custody, and she's special needs, and so she had spent a lot of time at CHOA and Eggleston and Scottish Rite, mostly Eggleston. And of course they have a very active child life department where they have fairies that are pushing bookmobiles through the hallways and doctors that are playing ukuleles and, just tons of programming for kids. So we were looking for a volunteer project in a Girl Scout troop, and it was Clearview then, I called Clearview and I said, we'd like to donate some coloring books or videos or whatever we can find to your child life department. And they said, our what? They didn't have anything like that. Of course, they don't have a peds ward, but they do see a lot of kids through their emergency room, and then kids are there waiting while their aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents are there having procedures. But they didn't have anything, and I said, well, call me back, we'll figure something out. They never called back. So that was years ago, and then in, I think, 2018, I gotten my feet far enough into the art center to know some great artists, and so we developed these kits, and we just kind of on our own, of course I talked to the hospital and they said yeah, they'd take them. So we started out with a kids kit because that's what I knew that was needed, and it has little stuffed animals. Sometimes they're Beanie Babies, sometimes that are donated to us, sometimes they're new. Has Play-Doh, crayons. We like the good stuff, and they're on sale right now, by the way, for usually around 50 cents around this going back to school time. Stickers, a pencil, and I love this. It's probably my favorite thing. We have artists who paint little angel paintings, and they go in there. We have original angel paintings that go into each one. Sometimes they'll write a little Bible verse or word of encouragement. And then we have our art journal, and this is for kids I'd say anywhere from preschoolers up to 10 or 12 years old, and it's all original art by our artists, and it's just lovely. There are coloring sheets, and then there are journaling sheets too, and just kind of all kinds of things for them to do. So these were super popular, and then these are funded through grants and donations. We do have people that bring us in Beanie Babies, and those are great when you're cleaning out your attic if you have 200 Beanie Babies like we had. Those are great. And then, like I said, this time of year, going back to school, the 24 packs of Crayola crayons are usually 50 cents at Target and Walmart and Publix and places like that. So we have people that will bring us in sacks of crayons this time of year especially. And then we also have grants. We got a nice grant from Walton EMC Roundup. So this is funded through that. So everything is free. Everything is given away for free. There's also we've taken them to the jail for families that are waiting there to see their dad. We've DFACs, Team Up Mentoring, A Child's Voice, doctor's offices, all of those. So they're 100% free, 100% volunteer-led. I have 2 volunteers, and this was just yesterday, as a matter of fact. I have 2 volunteers that kind of head up this program, and they really have taken the entire thing off my plate, which is so great. They schedule build days, we call them, where they come in and put the kits together, and then they're also actively pursuing doctor's offices and places where we can place these. But we do have people that just come into the center and pick them up. I mean, I have a few at my house that when there's a death in the family or something in the neighborhood going on, where we have a hospitality group, where our little hospitality group will deliver these kits to people. So it's not just a big formal thing, it's only at the hospital. So if y'all can think of a need for these at any place that you're involved in, any agency that serves adults or teens or kids, because during COVID, we were really seeing an uptick, I guess, in mental health issues and people dealing with loneliness and despair and depression, being isolated a lot, and so we thought we need a teens and adult kit as well. So we developed a new kit, and this launched in February of this year. It's got a much more involved art journal, lots more pages. I think about, 20 or 40 pages at the end are blank, but all throughout it's got different games and word searches and gratitude journal type things, little art instructive kinds of things, all kinds of things in here to keep people occupied. Our thought for these and where they are being used is in places like dialysis centers, the hospital, of course, doctor's offices. Another kind of neat thing is that the EMTs and the police officers here in Monroe have these in their cars, the kids kit in particular, to give to kids, just right there when there's a traumatic event happening. They can give them something that's really very helpful. So the adult kit has the journal, it has a pencil sharpener, colored pencils, and a Sharpie. And we've given away around 2,500 at least kits. Probably actually more than that. Now that I have 2 volunteers that are keeping up with these numbers better than I was, I think we'll have a better idea But these are the kits that they just put together yesterday, that group of ladies in that previous slide. So why do we do this? The boxes really are, I mean, there have been studies on especially veterans with PTSD, that the sooner you can get art into the hands of somebody, the sooner healing starts to begin. It occupies the brain. That, you know, I don't know about y'all, but if my brain is left on its own, it's going to run off and start thinking about some dark things sometimes. So it keeps your brain occupied on something positive. Like I said, we have a lot of prompts in the books as well, you know, things that you're grateful for, things that you're thankful for. So it really is helpful to get things into people's hands just right away. If nothing else, it's a comforting distraction to kids that are waiting for, you know, for their mom or dad to go through some kind of procedure at the hospital. 40 studies have shown that doing 45 minutes of art, just pencil in hand, any kind of art, anything, reduces cortisol, and that is a stress hormone. So if you're feeling stressed, do some art. So the other area that our Healing Arts umbrella reaches is into our special needs classes, and we have several groups that we serve. We have exceptional community services here in Monroe and also in Conyers, 2 separate groups. Walnut Grove's special needs students, the Connections group at the Bridge of Georgia. And like I said, this is an area that we want to expand even more into, but just last year we did 170 sessions. With this, with special needs adults that are developmentally delayed, sometimes they can get kind of agitated, and especially in a group setting. So doing art really is a very positive thing. It reduces stress, it raises feelings of competence, helps with mood and compliance, and you know, I hate to say compliance, it's the best word I could think of. It just kind of redirects them into something positive, and it raises their self-esteem. You should see, I mean, you can see their faces there, but if you were there in person, you'd be amazed at how proud they are of their paintings and the things that they create. And it's really, truly an amazing thing. Our teacher that does that's her daughter down there at the bottom, that's Grace. But the teacher that leads these classes is actually a retired nurse. She's a retired RN who happens to have an art degree. So she's awesome, and she's great with these guys. And then our artist therapy, like I said, we just kind of started with that, but we've done 2 series of workshops with team up mentoring, where of course they choose some at-risk youth, and then we have a therapist who's not an art therapist, she's a counselor type therapist, and then one of our art teachers that works with them, and they work in tandem to work on those kinds of things too, with self-esteem, handling emotions in appropriate ways instead of resorting to violence or resorting to, you know, verbal abuse or something. So it helps them to process those things, and the things that the counselor brings up at the beginning of the session, our art teacher kind of works those things, those issues into the art lesson. And then this is kind of a project that they did at the end of the first sessions that we did last year. And that's each of their hands, and I think they came up with what they wanted to write in the middle with heart and helping hands, a child can accomplish anything. Um, so, but like I said, that's something that we really want to develop even more of. So, for a long time when I first came to the Art Center, I kind of felt like the Art Center was a grand old aunt sitting at the top of the hill that nobody came to see her, and she wasn't invited to the parties, and there was a big party going on in downtown Monroe, but there wasn't a whole lot of reason for people to come see us. I feel like now in the last 5 years we've kind of turned that corner, made a transition from being something that only services the artist to being something that really is a good neighbor to our community and serves the city well with our classes, the support, the economic support. When I first started, our typical month in the shop might be a couple $100s. Like I said, there was just no reason for anybody to come there or to shop there. Now, most months, it's thousands of dollars. So, we've added a lot to the economy as well. And we're kind of proud of that we were nominated by the city as a premier partner and then recognized with the Georgia Downtown Association. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. I hope that y'all will come see us, take a class. People get nervous when I say that, but all of our classes really are pretty much geared toward beginners or just meeting you wherever you are. They're a lot of fun. We have great teachers. We have a great shop. You definitely should come do your Christmas shopping with us and support local artists that are right here in our community. And if any of y'all are interested, we have the Christmas home tour coming up in December. We're looking for sponsors for that. I've got sponsorship information. I can just give you that. You can look at it later. But I hope you'll look at the impact report and view us as the good neighbor that we're hoping to be. Y'all have any questions?
If we wanted to sign up for the packing of the boxes and that kind of stuff,
Hey guys, Isaac over at Reboot, giving you a Reboot tech tip. Just want to talk a little bit today about kid safety on the internet, especially nowadays with all kids having the smartphones and the tablets and laptops and all that stuff. It can only take like a click or two for kids to get in trouble, especially if they're not taught rules and stuff like that. It can be very dangerous very quickly. I am not a big Apple person, but one thing I do love about Apple is on their phones and their iPads, they have a program called Screen Time. And you can lock down that phone or that iPad. If you only want them to go to certain websites, you can do that. If you only want them on the internet for a certain amount of time, you can do that. If you don't want them installing all this social media stuff, these crazy apps like Snap and Kick and the dangerous stuff, Twitter, whatever it may be, you can lock that down. So I'm a big supporter of Apple in that way. So if you want to give your kid a phone, an Apple iPhone is a great way to go. Or if you want to give your kid a tablet, an Apple iPad is a great way to go. If you can't quite figure that stuff out, the Screen Time app, you can always take it to a place and they can help you out, or Apple support can help you out, stuff like that. But I'm big on that. One other thing too I'll say about kids being on computers, it's gotten a little better, I would say, lately with like Google helping out, Microsoft, Bing not so much, but Google has helped lock down a lot of stuff on their browsers. especially like Google Chrome I'm talking about. If you take and turn on the safe search, there's a safe search little toggle thing that you can turn on, and that helps a lot. It can help on regular browsing, but it can also help on like YouTube and stuff like that. It's not 100%, but it can definitely help. One other thing I'll touch on too, so there's apps out there called accountability apps. There's one that I've used for kids called Ever Accountability. It doesn't stop kids from going places, but what it does is it tracks everything. Even these apps on their phones and stuff like that are supposedly erase stuff after they look at it. It keeps track of everything, even stuff that gets erased. So if they're doing something crazy on their phone or their tablet or their computer, that all that stuff can be tracked, and that's a great tool. Again, it's called Ever Accountability. And I'm a big supporter of teaching your kids about the internet and stuff like that, because it can be so dangerous so fast. So, but anyway, stay safe, and please keep your kids safe on the internet. Again, Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs that are available for adoption here at the Walton County Animal Shelter. We can't really bring the cats outside to get them on film. They might run off, and so it's too much of a risk. So we usually don't show them on TV, but we just want to remind you that we do have lots of cats and lots of kittens that come through the shelter, especially during these summer months. So if you're interested in making a cat a part of your home, why don't you go to waltonpets.net. We post all our cats there. They're vaccinated, dewormed. Some of them can be combo tested as well. So it's a great place to adopt a cat. It's just $50 adoption fee, and then you do have to get them spayed or neutered within 30 days, or if they're a kitten when they're old enough. But a great price. So if you're looking for a pet in your home and can't take in a dog, how about trying out a cat? Just go to waltonpets.net. You can see them listed there. And the adoption application is online as well. You can fill that out and then come by, meet the cat or meet the dog, make sure it's a good fit, and then take them home with you. So again, that's waltonpets.net for all those cat listings. And now we're going to show you some of the dogs that are currently housed in the shelter.
This is a lab mix. His name is Axton. He's about 2 or 3 years old. He's neutered. He needs some working with. So I mean, it would take a special person to get him. He picks who he likes.
This is Ren. This is Stimpy. They're both 3 years old, not neutered. Very playful. Very playful. They're good together. They came in together.
Very energetic.
Yeah.
This is Jerry. She's a 2-year-old lab mix. She's very sweet and super playful. She's been here for about, I want to say close to 10 days now with no interest, but she would make a great pet for a very active home.
No, sit. This is Nala. She is a lab mix. She's about 6 months old, and she's got lots of energy. This is Zyra. This is Nala's sister. She's also a lab mix and about 6 months old. Lots of energy.
And as you can see, they have a lot of kittens here, all sizes. Here's a brother and a sister here. There's a little one. One down there. Oh, here too. They're wanting a home really bad, so look at them real close and come down to animal control and get you a cat. A mama and how many kittens? 3. 3 kittens. Oh, you're a cute one.
This is Trina. She is a 1-year-old shepherd mix. She's a very silly girl, but she's very sweet once you get to know her. And she is ready for adoption today.
She was in a cage.
This is Huck.
male, not spayed, not neutered, pit terrier mix, and is ready to be adopted today. This is Quay. He's 10 months old, not neutered, not anything like that. He's a good boy. He's ready to be adopted. He's very spunky.
Good boy. Yeah, posing.
Ready for the photo.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful, the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're staying busy here at the center. We had another month with over 2,000 cars coming through in July. So a big thank you to everybody that comes out to see us. We appreciate having you, and we hope we supply you all with a good place to bring your recyclables or your trash. If you have that, and we're happy to have you. Here at the center, the one thing it's getting to be fall, and we had quite a few cars last week that brought in grass clippings. Some of them are already bringing in some leaves and stuff, and we did have to turn those around. Just as a reminder, there are two inert landfill options in our county. There's one that's closer to the Loganville area and one out in the Good Hope area. We cannot accept that inert waste, any yard debris, grass clippings, leaves, shrubs, anything like that. So if you come all the way down here with it, we're going to have to turn you around. And I know I say that all the time, but we keep on having cars coming in with that stuff. So as long as we do, I'm going to talk about it. But if you have those materials and want to find out which one of those are closest to you, we can kind of set you up with that and give you the information we have on those landfills. Be happy to direct you in the right direction, but we cannot accept that stuff here. Some things on the calendar going forward. We still do have a tentative date for a document destruction event in Social Circle in September. We still don't have everything worked out with that. We're trying to work it out with the document destruction company. Hopefully I will have all of the information about that coming up on the next one of these I do. So be on the lookout for that, or give us a call and we can keep you up to date, put you on an email list or something like that to make you aware of when that event's been finalized. And we're starting to wrap up on volunteers now for our Rivers Alive event in October. But if you're just hearing this news and you're part of a group or whatever that really wants to find some volunteer opportunities, we can probably still squeeze you in right now maybe for the next week or so. We might be able to work that out. It is a great volunteer opportunity for you. It's a really good cleanup. It's the biggest one we have every year, and our numbers are a little bit down since COVID. They came back up a little bit this year, but not back to where they were prior to COVID. So that is the reason for us extending it a little bit longer to see if we can get in a few more volunteers. So give us a call out here at the center. Our number is 770-267-1421, and we'll get you all the information you need about that. Like I always say on these things, we're always looking for new customers. We want our citizens to know what benefit we do provide to the county. If you're not a recycler, give us a call. Let us help you get started recycling. We can walk you through, show you what to do, help you get started. If you have some of the larger items at home that can't be put in your garbage can and you feel like you have to pay too much to private haulers to get them to haul that stuff off for you, we have very reasonable rates here. We're trying to provide a good service to the citizens. Those things can be brought here and thrown away. So just keep that in mind when you do have those larger items. And if you're an avid recycler that's always recycled, and maybe you have a private company at home that takes your recyclables, I feel certain that we have at least a handful of things down here that aren't going to be accepted by those private haulers. So contact us to discuss those things, and we can give you an outlet to get those extra things that you can't recycle at home, a place to bring those type materials. So again, give us a call, come out and see us, be happy to walk you through. If you have any questions about recycling or sanitation or any environmental questions you have about Walton County, give us a call. And until next time, take care.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with the July meeting and then we'll go over some projects that are going on in the county. So we had our August, I've got to start over. We're talking about the August meeting. We're almost in September. Good Lord.
Okay.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with our August meeting agenda and then we'll go over some projects that are going on in the county right now. So on August 2nd at 6:00 p.m. we had our regular Board of Commissioners meeting. We started with a recognition of the Walton County 4-HBB team and congratulating them on being national champions at the Daisy Championship. We also recognize our West Walton 5- and 6-year-old team for winning the USSSA World Series, and they are also champions. So we're always proud of our students and our athletes here in Walton County when they do great things. We had our manager's report by John Ward. You can see those reports online on Walton County's website if you would like to go and take a look at the meeting. All commissioners were present with the exception of Commissioner Bradford, and Commissioner Banks participated via telephone. So we had several Planning Commission recommendations at this meeting, and we started with an approval with conditions to rezone a property to A for an animal rescue and a conditional use for an event facility. And the applicant owner was Lisa McNair, and the property was located on Center Hill Church Road. And it was approved with the conditions actually they removed the recommended condition and adding the property revert back to the original zoning if sold or is no longer in operation by the family. So they approved a rezone of 11.4 acres from M1 to A1, and the applicant owner was Norma Billingsley, and it was located on Green Avenue. So they approved a rezone of 3.46 acres from A1 to R1 to create one additional lot, and the applicant owner was John William Bush Jr., and it was located on Wood Hill Drive. They approved the rezone of 56.536 acres from A2 to R1 OSC for a residential subdivision, and the applicant was Reliant Homes, and the property is located on New Hope Church Road. So they approved a rezone of 3 acres from A to A2 to create 2 buildable lots. The applicant was Roy Nunnally Roberts Jr., and the property is located on Nunnally Farm Road. So they approved the rezone of 5 acres from A1 to A for dog kennel, and the applicant was Marshall Roberts, and the property was also located on Nunnally Farm Road. We had several resolutions to be adopted at the August meeting, one being the adoption of the millage rates for Walton County. They also adopted the Walton County Board of Education millage rate. They approved several budget amendments for fiscal year 2023. and they adopted a project length budget for the courtroom number 2 budget. They also adopted a project length budget for resurfacing projects in public works, and also another project length budget for project works and some building materials. So they approved and adopted a resolution and an intergovernmental agreement for the 2022 Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. You'll be hearing more about T-SPLOST. You'll be able to find information on the Walton County webpage. So it will explain what T-SPLOST is and what the money will be used for in Walton County as well as the municipalities. So we approved our 2023 holiday schedule, adding 2 additional holidays. They added the federal holidays of Juneteenth, which is June 19th, and the federal holiday of Veterans Day. So they will be added to the 2023 holiday schedule. So we approved a contract for a shared savings agreement with P3 Cost Reduction Analyst. And how that works is the analyst will take a look at projects that the county has going on and see if they can find cost saving measures. And then those cost savings will be shared with P3. So it will result in cost reductions on behalf of Walton County. So we accepted a proposal for a property lease off of Anglin Road, and that was accepted from Paul Jones. We made 2 appointments during the month of August, and one was for the O'Kelly Memorial Library Board, and the Board of Commissioners appointed Vicki Smith. And we also approved Chairman David Thompson as a voting delegate for the ACCG 2022 Legislative Leadership Conference. We had an executive session. No votes were taken in executive session, but they did approve the purchase of a lot located at 130 Court Street when they came out of executive session. So we'd have several projects going on right now in Public Works, and they have done a few culvert replacement projects, one being on Lamar Doss Road, and it was completed on August 10th, and one being on Randolph Steele Road, and it was completed on August 5th. They've also done some resurfacing projects on Azalea Drive and Rosewood Way, and they resurfaced Sandy Creek Court and Sandy Creek Road. We have some exciting news for our residents that live on the south end of the county and in Social Circle. On August 12th, we had our ribbon cutting for the South Walton Community Center. It is a beautiful building. If you haven't been by there, you can start taking advantage of the gym, the basketball courts, and the indoor walking tracks. So again, it's a beautiful facility. It's open to the public now. It opened to the public on August 15th, and the hours of operations are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m., Wednesday and Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. So again, we're excited for the South Walton Community Center being open, and we hope that everyone in the county, not just our South Walton residents, can take advantage of the beautiful facility. As always, we hope everyone is remaining safe and that you're having a good summer. And if you have any questions regarding anything in this county update, please feel free to give us a call at 770-267-1301. Thank you, Walton County.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest. Emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.